We grow up thinking nature is beautiful, a miracle, a mother's love. We were wrong. In the real world, biological parenthood is often a literal horror movie. We're talking about bodies melting together, skin eruptions, and babies that are born designed to destroy their parents. Today, we are diving into the 5 most sadistic life cycles in biology. If you are squeamish, turn back now. Let's start with a creature that triggers a very specific human fear: trypophobia, the fear of irregular clusters of small holes. Meet the Surinam Toad. At first glance, she looks like a piece of roadkill, flat, brown, and lifeless. But her back is actually a living nursery. During mating, the male doesn't just fertilize the eggs, he embeds them into her skin. He presses up to 100 eggs directly into her flesh. Over the next 24 hours, her skin swells up and grows over the eggs, trapping them inside individual pockets. For 4 months, she becomes a living honeycomb. Most frogs are born as tadpoles in water. Not these. Inside those sealed pockets of flesh, the babies are skipping the tadpole stage entirely. They are growing legs, arms, lungs. And then, birthday arrives. It doesn't happen gently. The mother's skin literally erupts. Dozens of fully formed toads punch their way out of her back, tearing open the pockets like a scene from Alien. She is left with a back full of ragged, gaping craters. Eventually, she sheds the skin and heals, ready to do it all over again. But if you think that's bad, wait until you see what the Parasitoid Wasp does to its host. If the Surinam Toad turns motherhood into body horror, the Parasitoid Wasp turns pregnancy into a hostage situation for someone else. Meet the unsuspecting victim, the caterpillar. This mother doesn't build a nest for her babies. She finds a living one. She lands, pierces the caterpillar's thick skin with her needle-like ovipositor, and injects dozens of eggs directly into its bloodstream. The caterpillar survives the attack. It goes back to eating leaves. It thinks it's fine. But inside, the eggs have hatched. The larvae are now swimming through its body, eating it from the inside out. But here is the genius, sadistic part. They carefully avoid the heart and nervous system. Why? Because dead meat rots. By keeping the vital organs intact, they keep the host alive and fresh until the very last second. It is food storage with a pulse. When the babies are ready to pupate, they chew their way out through the skin. Ridley Scott's Alien was fiction. This is reality. The caterpillar is literally eaten alive by 80 siblings at once. And in a final act of cruelty, the dying caterpillar will actually stand guard over the cocoons until it starves to death, brainwashed to the bitter end. But some parents don't just hijack a body, they completely erase it. 4,000 feet down, in the midnight zone, finding a mate isn't just hard, it's nearly impossible. It is pitch black, freezing, and lonely. If you find another of your species, you can never, ever let them go. Meet the male anglerfish. He is tiny, often 100 times smaller than the female. He has no lure, no giant teeth. He has one purpose: to find a female scent in the endless dark before he starves to death. When he finally finds her, he doesn't court her, he bites her. He latches onto her belly with his teeth. And then, the nightmare begins. He releases an enzyme that dissolves his lips and her skin. The 2 wounds fuse together. Her blood vessels grow into his body. They become one organism. Some have been found with up to 8 males fused to their bodies. 8 husbands reduced to parasites. But if you think that's violent, wait until you see how bed bugs do it. Let's come back to dry land. Specifically, your bedroom. Bed bugs are already the stuff of nightmares, but how they make babies is a crime scene. In the scientific world, this is called traumatic insemination. Most insects have a reproductive tract. Bedbugs ignore it. The male has a needle-like reproductive organ that acts like a hypodermic dagger. He doesn't look for an opening. He just stabs the female anywhere in her abdomen, pierces her shell, and injects sperm directly into her body cavity. The sperm then have to swim through her blood to find the ovaries. It leaves the female scarred, prone to infection, and dying younger. It is biology without consent, pure violence. But sometimes the violence doesn't come from the partner. It comes from the children. Meet the stegodipus spider. At first, she is a great mom. She builds the web, she catches the food, she regurgitates nutrients for her babies. But she knows her time is running out. When the babies are big enough, she stops hunting prey and becomes the prey. She vibrates the web to signal dinner time. The spiderlings swarm her. They climb her legs, and then they inject their venom into her. She doesn't fight back. She lets her own children liquefy her insides and drink her dry. Within hours, she is nothing but an empty husk. She gave literally everything she had to give. So next time you forget to call your mom, just be glad she didn't have to melt herself for your dinner. We call this horror. We call it cruelty. But nature doesn't know those words. Nature only knows one rule: survival. Whether it's exploding backs, melting bodies, or self-sacrifice, these aren't villains. They are just efficient. Stay curious, stay safe, and thanks for watching ActualFactz.